It is a very good comment, Dave. We'll just recap the question and we'll pose it to Steve, who's literally fired up. He needs to cool his jets. I know he's ready to go on this one, Steve. High-end restaurants. Should there be a cap on time at high-end restaurants so they can get in more customers to make back their losses due to COVID-19? This was due to a story that's gone, a big discussion online. Someone complained that they wanted to go to a high-end restaurant, spend quite a lot of money, but they were told they had to be out within 90 minutes. What is it, a football match? I mean, do they get extra time? Do they get stoppage time? If you go to a toilet, do they add that on like a referee? Do you get extra 5-minute stoppages? Nonsense.
International News Review.
All right, time to start with our international news review segment. Steve Okun joining us as he often does. Steve, we're gonna finish up with your comments on the restaurant debacle, but first we got lots of other things to talk about.
Yeah, I'll just jump in and say, Steve, you are a high-end guest, but we're only giving you 5 minutes. Now, Steve, you're in a restaurant. You've spent $200 as you do at every meal. And the waiter is standing at your shoulder doing this 90 minutes. How quickly before you punch him?
I'm not going to those restaurants. And I Paige and I went once, and we got in. This was a couple weeks ago, and you get in. So you got 90 minutes, and then you're out. And so now you're getting into this mind shift. Okay. So I've got 10 minutes to look at the menu. Then I've got 10 minutes to order. I got 10 minutes for my drink to come, and then I get 15 minutes for the first course, and if I have 30 minutes for the second, how much does that leave for dessert? That's not the experience you're there for. You're not there to be on a clock. And so I get why the restaurants are doing it, but I can also get why I'm not going to go if a restaurant is going to do that. I mean, it is not the whole experience. If I'm going there to get food, then you go to a hawker center, or you can go to any number of other restaurants. You can eat at home. I hate it.
I'm actually coming around to Steve's point of view, which really annoys me, because when I came in this morning, I was like working class hero, Bob Dylan, John Lennon, the Karl Marx. I was there. No. First world whining. But the more I think about it, why should it be such a point? Why should it be such a one-sided relationship weighted towards the restaurateur? Meaning, coming back to my earlier point, you're the one waiting for the meal, right? And because a lot of these restaurants are prioritizing food deliveries, which are making you wait even longer for that meal, then if you're going to impose a clock on the diner, then the diner has every right to impose a clock on the restaurateur. You say 90 minutes, I want my first course by this time, I want my second course by that time, or I'm not paying the full bill. How does that go,
Neil
Steve?
Humphreys is getting wired up here.
Neil, this is exactly what should go into Joe Biden's executive order. We need to have a new section that says, as a consumer, I get my food in X amount of time. If you're going to kick me out of here in 90 minutes.
I want a clipboard. I want a clipboard when I walk in, and I want to tick my course times. 7:15, 7:30, 7:45. Let's get going. Come on.
And then what happens if you go to the bathroom and then there's a line to get into the bathroom?
That's exactly what you said, Neil. Yeah. Do you get your extra 5 minutes?
Right. Do we go into injury time? What happens if I hurt myself?
You have to have a referee. I want a referee dressed in black, standing by the toilets, who adds toilet time.
You're always going to get a red card
to every diner. And yes, I'm going to give a yellow card to a restaurateur. 10 minutes late. 10 minutes late. No, I bet
Neil. Glenn, I bet Neil's the kind of guy, like, he's in a restaurant and it's one of those, where there's only, one person, a one-person bathroom. He's knocking on the door after 30 seconds.
Yes, I'm looking under the gap. You're assuming I'm in a restaurant in the first place, so that's a bit of a stretch.
It's likely to happen at some point. Anyway, Steve, thanks so much for your time today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
International News Review.
Wow, that was that's what you need. That's what we need on a Saturday morning.
Get everybody up and going.
We want to get 5 people. We are a food culture in this country, and it's not often I do a complete 180. I nearly said 360, but I did a complete 180. and have changed my mind in an hour because I came in here and I was adamant.
You were
know,
adamant.
Power to the people.
And you couldn't wait to stick it to Steve Oken.
Not just Steve, but just these first world whiny problems. I've had it up to here this week with first world whiny problems. But I thought about it. No, if you say we're not always talking about super rich people here.
Yeah,
it's a once a month treat. Even Dan will go to the odd restaurant with the woman that he loves and is going to marry when he wants an HDB flat. Right? He's already told me. Right? He's very romantic. He's
very
Dan.
romantic
Yeah.
and pretty practical as well.
Yeah, let's get married and get an HDB flat. And even he will do the once a month, whatever thing, twice a month, whatever, with the huge wages that he gets paid here. So, you know, I think some power has to reside with the diner.
Oh my, Neil is a closet bindineer. What does that mean? What's a bindineer?
Where's that?
AB Terrence. What's that?
Biden here. Your American president. AB Terrence, he's getting
Sorry,
old.
AB.
He's getting old.
Bideneer, yes, of course.
The cogs,
I'm like, bindineer, what is that? I'm thinking Bindemir. I'm thinking.
the cogs move a little slower, AB Terrence, when you get older.
All right.
Billionaire.
It's a good time to take a break.